Hide and go seek. Thank you so much. That is a you guys inspired. Where was I? Rent. There. By the way, and all jokes aside, I really do write my jokes on my hands. You see, because when I was younger, I did a lot of. Okay. Did anybody else have a good pandemic? Am I the only one who caught up on his rest, did some interest, had no one he loved die? Yay! And then get his rent paid? You guys did get your rent paid, right? You didn't? Oh. I did. I got 18 months of back rent paid because I was a deadbeat. And then I found an apartment that I could not afford. That did not look at your background. They didn't look at your credit. They just wanted to know how much you had in the bank in deposits. They didn't care about the total. They just wanted to see the deposit. So I was like, sure. I went to the bank. I withdrew 1,000. I deposited 1,000. I withdrew 1,000. I deposited 1,000. Withdrew 1,000. Deposited 1,000. Because I was gigging like a that week. Gigging 1,000. Boom. I had $20,000 in a month. It was a good month for this guy. Boom. Right underneath her. Moved into a place that I could not afford. And then, lucky me, guess what happened? Rent miraculously stopped for 18 months. I know, I was like, this pandemic is awesome. For me, only for me. I know for a lot of people it's way worse. But the second they said there was gonna be no rent, that rent moratorium, I was like, I guess I'll not pay rent anymore, period. Because I knew something. I knew something that I helped. No one believed me. By the way, every person in my life was like, dude, pay your rent, pay your rent. I'm like, no way, man. You can't forgive that many people and then expect them to pay it back. This is not gonna happen. People are like me, they're irresponsible. There's no chance people are saving that money. So for 18 months, I lived like a king. And then the check came due, and they're like, you know how much back rent you owe? And I was like, I bet I don't owe anything. And they're like, why? I said, because the government's gonna pay it. And they're like, no, they're not. And the next day, the government announces that they will pay your back rent. And I was like, oh, $36,000 worth of, oh! Yeah, I know, but it's expensive. But now they want rent again. What the is this bullshit? I lost that skill every month. Every month. Like, my landlady, I hate her. Every month on the you can give you rent. I'm like, I have become a I highly recommend that you do this. Whenever I write my rent check, in the little memo section, I write, for the world's best blowjob, once again. She's like, stop putting that on the checks. I'm like, don't deposit the checks. Makes you feel uncomfortable. The check is there. In fairness, it's not that great of a blowjob. It's kind of a toothy blowjob. So you gotta be honest. Any Latinos in here? Get them, I found them. Trick joke. All my friends are Latino growing up my entire life. I'm from Florida, my friends were Cuban. I went to New York, they were Puerto Rican. Out here, they're Mexican. It's great. I don't speak Spanish, I gotta learn. I don't speak it. I know I gotta learn because there's a truck on my street that has the best burritos on earth. And I know I'm not getting the good kind. Because I ask for a burrito, and he's like, all right. And then another guy goes, burrito. And the guy gives him what looks like a glowing magical thing. And I'm like, oh. How did you order that? And they just look at me. I'm like, what? I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. And gotta learn some Spanish. I know un poquito. I know a little Italian. There's only 2 words you need to know in Italian, by the way. This is so truthful. There's only 2 words and you can be fluent. Adesso and andiamo, and that is it. Andiamo means let's go. Adesso means now, and that works for every situation you could think of. Hey, andiamo. Adesso.